Hey, today we're finally gonna anneal some brass. Yay! Last video I thought I was gonna get to it, but kind of got ahead of myself and didn't happen. Alright, there are two really popular ways of doing this. The first is a self-cleaning oven, because they hit 800 or 900 degrees in self-cleaning mode, 45 minutes to an hour or so, and you got nice even annealed brass. Sorry. I don't have one, so I use the second popular method, which is a Lee 420 pot. Now, I think it showed in Elvis's video where he mounted his thermocouple to the spout, but the heating elements, there's only like 3 wraps in these, so they cover about a third of the height. That's why you fill it a third of the way full with brass, which is about 3 handfuls, give or take. And I use give me a second here because it's actually hot. For consistency, I decided to try heating it up for the first batch. I used to just throw them in, let them heat up, and then do it. But started to think, around 800 degrees or so, they're starting to anneal, so it's throwing the timing off on that first batch. Someone threw out a pizza stone. It broke, and I just hogged it so it fits around there. Holds heat in pretty good that way. This is a dedicated pot, so I removed the pour mechanism because it's just in the way. You don't need it. Have my thermal probe. I put it to the center. The reason for a dedicated pot is because if there's any lead left in your pot when you clean it, it will adhere to the brass and mess things up. So I figured a dedicated pot probably is the way to go. Now, one thing I was told, you can take the de-rimmed brass, the lube on it and everything, throw it straight in here. It'll cook, cook the lube off, and then tumble them. And yeah, I tried that once, and it gunked up the inside of my pot, so I had to clean it, and bleh. So I decided an extra tumbling before was worth it. A few tablespoon and soap and a little lemon shine and some thyme versus scraping crud. No. So yeah, something to think about there. All right, let me think. Is there anything else I can think about? All right, let me get this started and I'll get back to the details. Yeah, since the annealing can really affect things, always on quest to try to get best results, so keep them adjusting it every now and then, seeing if something works better or not. So new method I'm trying is heating the pot to about 700, because these start annealing at around 800. I was just throwing the first batch in, letting them heat, and I thought, they're getting more heat concentration in the subsequent batches. Let's try evening that out a little bit. So I figure, throw them in at 700 and set a timer for 6 minutes. It'll take a minute for them to hit the 800. That'll give them 5 minutes of annealing. Dump them out, stir them, throw them back in. They'll be down to about 700, the pot will. Put another 6 minutes on there, dump them out, stir them, add another 6 minutes, dump them out and let them air cool. So all in all, they'll get about 15 minutes of actual annealing. And I tried a batch and it seems to work pretty good. And I'm hoping to keep them more consistent that way. Like I say, it's constant learning process. There's a lot of information out there and everyone's got their own slight little tweak on it, so as well keep doing my own. Alright, 675, we're getting there. Oh. Ow. No winter's coming, the arthritis is kicking. Alright, there's 700. This is the last batch. Alright, and I'm going to need a glove here. Alright. Set timer for 6. Can't use the timer and camera on the phone at the same time. Found out. The timer will kick it out of camera mode. So to resort to my grandmother's, when I was a child, her old Robert Shaw classic. That sucker's old. Still working. All right. Well, I'll bring you back when it's time to stir them. Okay. All right. Time for a stir. Now, I grab like this. I just dump them in. Okay. You gotta be careful not to touch this, and especially not those two heating elements that come out. Really hot. You notice some of them will actually stick. So, yeah, the tap, a little stir, they'll come out. Check this out. Some of them will start to turn silvery, some of them will start to turn pink, some of them don't turn at all. I don't know why that is. Some kind of alchemy. Yeah. Something in the makeup. I don't know if it's different brands or what. Okay, let me set this again. Yeah, that one only cooled down to about 770. Yeah, it's going down to about 750 before it stabilizes. Yeah, so this method should give roughly 15 minutes of total annealing time. Here's some that I did earlier. It's dull, but it's what you're looking for. Doesn't take a lot of pressure, just a little, a little bit. It shouldn't just, crush by looking at it. It's over annealed at that point, in my experience. But under annealing is a problem too. The tips will fold up instead of stretching, and they're still shootable. I mean, just about everything can be used, with some exceptions. Starting to think 90% of stuff can be saved, the torn bases, as long as they're formed. they'll work. Formed point or folded points, unless they're split, they work. There's just a few different problems that you go remelt. So, all right, this is another boring 4 minutes, so I'll pause it and bring you back. All right, let's do the final stir. Almost got ahead of myself there. I was thinking dump them out and let them cool, but I feel like I remembered. I've modified things. And the reason being is that I would get where most of them were fine and would crush, and I'd get some that wouldn't. You know, there's just those oddities. I'm thinking, I up the time just a little bit, it should even all that out without being too much. So, we'll find out, right? One way or the other, but these seem good. Yeah, even the ones, I got some that are, they don't even look like they've been annealed. They're like, you know, they look like they've just been tumbled. But yet, I was able to crush them, where some before, when I was only going for like 10 minutes, the ones like this were a lot harder to squish. So hopefully it's problem solved. Find out. All right, bring you back in a bit. Time. All right. Let's see what we got here. Look at that. Theoretically, little brass. See, they stuck. It's not right. All right, let's let it cool down for a couple minutes. We'll be able to handle them with bare hands. I found one. Yeah, let's see. Come on. Focus. I don't know if you can see it. There's a hole right here. It's where the firing pin penetrated. So, junk. This batch has actually had more bad brass than I've ever come across, I think. Don't know why. Probably someone's gun is a little aggressive. But yeah, it's been a few minutes. They're handleable. Let's see, that one. Get a shiny one. They're usually a little tougher to squeeze, but oh, that was easy. Yeah, these are good. These are good. You know, like I say, some people sneak into the kitchen, and when the wife's not looking, they use their oven. As long as it's got a the self-cleaning mode. The regular one just don't cut it. But don't let her catch you. She may never let you in the kitchen again. Alright, well, now I just got to tumble these. Just a tablespoon of Dawn is good enough for this. Like I said, the grease is the hardest stuff to get off. This scale comes off pretty easy, actually. easier than you'd think. So, well, until next time, see ya. Alright, I just got done tumbling, and they look beautiful. They are nice and shiny, just the way we like them. I have to admit, I am impressed with the Dawn Professional. In my opinion, it does a better job than the regular Ultra. Even though I had to tumble the lube again, I used less soap the second time, and it finished the job versus, you know, using a little bit more, I think, if I recall. So, yeah, they're right. Till the next video. See ya. Finally happened. Sucker's jammed right full. Well, while that tumbling, I only got one. So, yeah, here's the fun part is, notice. Oh, hey, that one was easy. I've had some where I spent minutes doing that. Probably if there looked like there was space for one more pin. Wow. Well, that was an easy demonstration. Alright. See you in the next one. Give you an idea of how hot that pot gets. Both these pairs of gloves were Harbor Freight specials. These I bought about 2 years ago when I first started casting. These I started using today. Yeah, these are worn out, duct taped, keeps the lead out, but thermal properties aren't so good. They're, you know, the $5 gloves. These have served me pretty well, even though they're worn out. These, first thing I did was I branded them. I touched the bottom of the pot. One of these is the spout, and I think this one is the little slider piece. That piece right there, where the pour slides. Yeah, it was warm. And then I poured brass out, and I rolled them around on the cookie sheet a little bit and branded. They stuck to it. Now these gloves never did that. As beat up as they are, they never stuck. They never got branded. Some serious difference there. I don't know what it is, but I remember when I first started annealing brass, I branded my reloading bench here in a few places, but I never expected the gloves to do it when, you know, these never did. They've got holes in them, the insides are falling out, but I don't know. I was really surprised. I've got a heavier duty set of pair of welding gloves that I've got, but they are so stiff that I can't function for some, you know, grabbing small stuff. But what I figured out is now, if I, you know, drop a piece of brass and I need to pick it up, these are gonna, you know, they're gonna brand. So I decided I'd take a finishing nail, stick it in, and pick it up, and that's working really well. Always got to figure out how to make things work in this hobby. All right, I'll let you go.